Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. In today's video we're going to be looking at this, which is the Boss JHS Angry Driver. Now if you've been watching this channel recently, you've known that James and I did a video on the Marshall the Governor pedal a few weeks ago, and we both agreed that that was our favourite overdrive pedal of all time. It just sounded absolutely fantastic. Now ever since we did that video, I've been on the hunt for a clone of the Marshall the Governor pedal, because they don't make it anymore, or they don't make that version anymore, and I wanted something that did that job. Now I was looking through the Boss line of effects pedals and I saw that they did an Angry Driver. Now what this pedal is basically a Boss blues driver and a JHS Angry Charlie. The Angry Charlie is the Andy Timmons signature pedal, and the Boss blues driver is the classic sort of tube screamery type of pedal that Boss make. It does do things slightly differently to a tube screamer, but it's that sort of tone. Now even though the Angry Driver isn't a direct clone of the Marshall the Governor pedal, it does that sort of sound, and to be honest, this thing is absolutely fantastic. So what I'm going to do first of all is just to set up the different sounds on both sides of the pedal. So we're going to set up the blues driver side of the pedal and then the Angry Charlie side of the pedal. So here's the sound of the guitar plugged into my matchless Independence 35 with the Angry Driver turned off. You'll notice that we've got this mode control. Now this can choose between all the different modes of using this pedal. So first of all, let's have a look at the blues driver side. If you look at this pedal, it uses dual concentric knobs. So the knobs at the bottom basically control what the blues driver side of the pedal is doing. So if I want to turn up the gain, so we can get loads of gain out of this, but for me personally, I want to use the higher gain sound of the Angry Charlie side of the pedal, and use the blues driver side of the pedal for more of a light drive, sort of lighter lead tone. So let's bring the gain back. If I switch it now to the Angry Charlie side of the pedal, you'll hear we've got this really sort of thick overdrive distortion sort of tone. So that's what makes this pedal really, really versatile, because we can really shape the sound of the two pedals, but not only shape both pedals, we can use the pedals in conjunction with each other. The Angry Charlie side of the pedal is a little bit thick at the moment, so let's turn up the EQ just to make it a little bit brighter. So far we've got the Angry Charlie side and then the blues driver side. You'll notice that I've got this FS6 plugged in to the Angry Driver. Now this makes it really, really practical, because basically I can have this pedal on my board and a foot switch, a latching foot switch. It doesn't have to be this one. This takes up quite a lot of space. You can actually get much smaller ones, something like the JHS Red Remote, which is a tiny little pedal that'll fit on your board, and that will do all the functions that I'm going to show you with the FS6. So you'll notice at the moment the LED is blue, so that's telling us that we're on the blues driver side of the pedal. Now if I push the button on the FS6, that switches to the Angry Charlie side of the pedal. If I change it over to the Angry Charlie side, it does the opposite. So basically, when the pedal's off, we're on the Angry Driver, and when the pedal's on, we're switching to the blues driver. Now, this is where things start to get more interesting. So if I switch it to the next mode, what the FS6 is doing now is switching the pedal on and off. But if I unplug the FS6, the Angry Driver will switch between both sides of the pedal. So your foot switch will then turn on and off the effect, and the Boss pedal will basically change between the two modes. To me, this makes it an incredibly useful pedal to have on your pedal board because you're not going to take up a lot of space. Not obviously using the FS6, but if you're using something like the little red remote from JHS. Now, if I take it to the next mode, now in this mode, you've got the JHS Angry Charlie going into the Blues Driver. So you've got a higher gain pedal going into a lower gain pedal. This isn't normally how I would set up an overdrive set of pedals. Personally, I would always use a lower gain going into a higher gain, but you can do that with this pedal. So for instance, if I want to bring back the gain on the Angry Charlie and turn up the gain on the Blues Driver, so I'm using less gain on the Angry Charlie driving into a higher gain. And it's a massive sound, and you can really hear those pedals sort of crunching into each other. Now, if we choose the next mode, if I switch it over, so what this is now doing is putting the Blues Driver before the Angry Charlie. And you can hear, doing it this way, you get a little bit more definition where you've got the lower gain pedal driving into the higher gain pedal. Now, last of all, we've got this parallel mode. What this is doing is both effects are running in parallel. So you've got your guitar signal going into both the effects. These effects are not running into each other. So they're both, you've got this really nice sort of clean signal path. So you can do a lot more with the sound of the pedals. And then if I hit my foot switch, we can turn off the Blues Driver side of the pedal and just have the Angry Charlie. If you're looking for a compact pedal that does literally all of your drive tones, I couldn't recommend this thing enough. It's absolutely fantastic, and it does everything from your sort of Stevie Ray Vaughan sounds with the Blues Driver side of the pedal to real sort of high gain distortion sounds on the Angry Charlie side of the pedal. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Anyway, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of this. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button, and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.